This is IGN. Netflix's self-aware, sexy snowman comedy is a cup of whipped cream with no hot chocolate. This is your IGN review of Hot Frosty by Katie Reif. For a film with a title that sounds like an entry on Urban Dictionary, Hot Frosty is surprisingly light on sexual content. This is for the best for reasons that will be explained. The naughtiness in this Netflix Christmas movie is confined to self-aware, shirtless moments, where the audience is encouraged to oogle the male lead as he prances around a snowy town square or fixes a leaky roof or whatever with his pecs hanging out. He's not bothered by the cold, you see, because he's a snowman, like a literal snowman. The film, functionally directed by prolific Canadian jobber Jerry Chiccariti, hand waves away this miraculous development as the magic of Christmas, which is fair. The magic of Christmas can do anything as long as it's happening in a picturesque burg where everyone loves Christmas and everything is perfect, except for the love life of a deserving woman whose biggest flaw is that she cares too much about this town and its people. Star Lacey Chabert specializes in these sorts of characters. Her IMDb page lists 14 films with the word Christmas in the title, only one of which is a horror movie. She comes to this particular straight-to-streaming project with tongue planted in cheek, the only facial expression she can manage in this movie, as does the rest of the cast. The self-aware intentions behind Hot Frosty, seriously, ew, are clear in its casting, which includes Eastbound and Down's Katie Mixon Greer as a doctor with an unwavering faith in Christmas miracles, and reliable comedic supporting players Joe Latrulio and Craig Robinson as the town's unnecessarily punitive lawman. Specifically, Robinson's sheriff character is hell-bent on sending somebody to jail for the crimes of streaking across the public way and breaking into a local thrift store to steal some clothes. Both were, of course, committed by Jack Snowman, played by Schitt's Creek's Dustin Milligan, the aforementioned frozen figure who comes to life after lonely widow/beloved diner owner Kathy, played by Chabert, places a magic scarf around his neck and wishes for male companionship. The snowman is cut, a conspicuously Michelangelo's David-esque entry in the snow sculpture contest Hot Frosty features in its first 5 minutes, and therefore so is his human form, in that dehydrated, bulging arm veins and an 8-pack kind of way. Where Chabert's face remains placid, Milligan's is all expression, and he really is trying his hardest to bring a slapstick sensibility to an absurd role as, well, there's no other way to put it but to quote 30 Rock, the snowman is a sex idiot. He's also kind of a puppy in the sense that he might die if he's left in a hot car too long. On top of the type of amnesia that only exists in the movies, Jack is childlike, naive and trusting, to the point where it's arguably unethical for a full-grown adult to become romantically involved with him. And so much of the film's tension comes from the uncomfortable anticipation of waiting for the point where Kathy says to herself, "I'm gonna screw this snowman." It's not right, frankly, but in a giggly, jaw-dropping kind of way. It's also kind of funny if you don't take it too seriously, and nothing about this film is supposed to be taken seriously. It's fun to write about, and for the most part, fun to watch. That being said, the comedy is extremely one-note, and Hot Frosty's bemused smirk gets more and more strained as the bit wears on to feature length. It's a cup of whipped cream with no hot chocolate, and so when the inevitable, cringy earnestness about Christmas and togetherness and never giving up on love arrives, it comes as a relief. Now we can laugh at the movie instead of laboring to laugh with it. Hot Frosty won't mind, right? A self-aware Christmas rom-com with calculated, shirtless moments, Hot Frosty is frothy entertainment that isn't supposed to be taken seriously. The bizarre dynamic between its leads adds a layer of giggly irony, as does the casting of comedic favorites in supporting roles. Still, stretching out this one-note bit to feature length means that it inevitably starts straining for laughs midway through. Hot Frosty's IGN score? 6. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest Hot Frosty updates, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.